Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I'm happy you're here. I'm making a beer soap. That's right, beer. I haven't done that in like 5 years, 6 years. I can't even remember the last time I made soap with a beer. And that may be why I made a huge mistake. So here's the mistake. Oh guys, I don't know. I have no words sometimes. Don't stick blend anything with carbonation in it. I don't know. I did get a couple molds during July's Black Friday sale, and it was after Christmas before I got around to making soap again. I'm going to be linking her website down below. I think they are top-notch quality, and I just love everything I have ever gotten. Let's watch the making of a beer soap scented with barbershop from Midwest Fragrance. I have my liquid oils and my hard butters and oils. These are just about melted. I'm just letting them sit here to finish melting. In my pot here, I have 2 ounces of water. I wanted to still use my citric acid in my lye solution. You do have to dissolve your citric acid in water before using it. Now I'm going to get my beer in here, minus 2 ounces of my water need. It has been so many years since I've made a beer soap. I need 29.42, so I'm going to say 27.42 beer. It's a little bit more, but that's okay. So I am going to go ahead and get my lye water weighed off separately. Normally I just put it right in here, but yeah, I'm not going to do that this time. And I went back to buying my lye water. I get it from Essential Depot. I actually get it on Amazon. I can buy, I think it's like 33 pounds I get at a time. It was actually a little bit cheaper for me to buy it in a 50-pound, sorry, I just washed my hands, 50-pound bucket, but I was making a mess every time I got into that lye bucket. Lye beads would fall on my floor, and I have this new floor, and it would be looking like it was eating away. This is easier to measure. It's a lot less mess. I don't have to worry about safety so much with it. So it is a lot more plastic. It's a lot, more wasteful this way, but it's hard to beat the safety part of it. Just a towel in case this gets really hot. And I'm going to use this spoon that I measured with, so just get the butters and oils off of it. And here we go. Slowly but surely. I'm just going to stir it in. It's not easy to stir at the beginning. You just kind of move it around a little bit until you don't see much of it anymore. So I'm just kind of chopping at it. Now, if I remember right, this will stink to high heaven. I'm not going to be worried or scared. That smell will go away. But the reaction with the beer will start stinking. And it will turn this a really dark brown, if I'm not mistaken. Again, it's probably been 5 or 6 years since I've made a beer soap. I'm starting to smell it a little bit. The ice does help keep those fumes down though. I don't think I froze it the last time I made beer soap. It shows 25. That's pretty nice. Oops. That's why we wear gloves, guys. That splattered right up on my hand. We're up to 41. I bought a refrigerator for down here in the basement. Menards was having a sale. If I can remember, I'll put a picture of it here. It's an old-timey refrigerator, small. And it is so nice to have a spot for my frozen beer. Some of my ingredients that need to stay in the refrigerator for longevity reasons. It is so nice to have that. Look how dark that is. It's gotten a little hotter. It's now at 112, so I am gonna have to let this cool down before I do much else. I am gonna go ahead and add my sodium lactate in there. It's cool enough for that. In here, I have my olive oil, avocado, and castor oil. In here, I have palm oil, palm kernel flakes. I do use sustainable palm kernel flakes and palm oil. I have coconut oil and shea butter. I am going to be using palm kernel flakes until I'm out of palm kernel flakes, and then I'm going to drop that out of my recipe. Not that I don't like the palm kernel flakes. I love what it does for your bar. But I have 7 oils in my soap. I just don't think that's necessary. And that's even down. I used to have 8. Well, maybe I had 7, but I didn't have a butter. So I started adding shea butter or mango butter into my recipe. I like having a butter. So I dropped my lard so that I could add one of those. I just want to simplify this just a little bit. I don't think I need that many different oils in here. So once that palm kernel flake is pretty well gone, yeah, I am reformulating my soap bar. And I'm going to put some kaolin clay in here. I'm just going to blend in my clay a little bit. So this is 111, this is 82. So they're going to balance each other out just fine. I am going to go ahead and get everything else ready though. So for my beer soap, I am using Barbershop. This is from Midwest Fragrance. Many suppliers have a Barbershop type fragrance. I used to get it from Brambleberry, I think, years ago. I was placing an order with Midwest and threw it in my cart. And it smells really, really good. So for color-wise, I have done just about everything with Barbershop back in the day. I did black and gray or brown and black and just darker, more manly type colors. One time I did a red, white, and blue one, like the pole. I think I'm just going to stick with activated charcoal, and I'm going to try this Twilight from Mad Micas. Now, Candle Science has some Mad Mica micas. I wanted to give them a go, so that's why I have these little bitty jars. I have some TD out just in case I want to lighten anything up. This is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in here. Now I did process both my TD and my activated charcoal in my Ninja bullet thing. I can't seem to get away from having a bit of an oil layer on top. I blend and I blend and I blend, and it just, both my TD and my activated charcoal, I do have to stir every time. It's very thick. TD only if I feel like I need it. Let's get this soap made. Gosh, it's been forever, guys. All right. Fragrance oil, before I forget. That smells really good. I love a man scent. Starting some ricing there a little bit, but nothing too bad. And yeah, I definitely have some ricing still, but I'm going to blend this out again. So hopefully my next blending will take care of that ricing. And it is getting thick on me too. So I'm going to rush. All right, here we go. Oh, it's getting thick. was unexpected. Ah, this is really getting thick. Moving along here, guys. So it's way too thick to do much of anything with. So I'm going to take a glass rod and just stir it around a little bit. Trying to go not in the same line that I went the other way, if that makes sense. Ah, it's christened with black soap. The colors are going to be a lot more heavy on the top, clearly. It definitely has a bit of a texture from the racing that it was doing. Now what to do at the top. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to give her a go. Ah, not so much, guys. I'm going to leave it. I may plane the top. I don't know yet. I hate doing that. I'm not a big planer. I don't like to take any amount of soap off that I don't have to. Let me bang it. I'm going to do it on the back counter. Not the prettiest soap I've made, but we'll see what happens when it's cut. It might be beautiful when it's cut. We don't know yet because we haven't cut it. I'll see you in a couple days. One, my tripod just broke, so that's a pain in the butt. And this thing was not cheap. Two, I am going to have to get used to the handles not being on the side that I can carry it from, because the handles bring it up. And my other one, the handles is where you carry it. So it's just a different way, and I am going to have to get used to that. My soap, I think, had a little bit of cracking right here. I just left it on the counter. I did not heat it to force gel phase or anything like that. Lisa saw me struggling and fitted me with a stopper. So that is lovely. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can see my marks. Just so I do have my lines marked here with a Sharpie. So I know exactly which, without thinking about it, without measuring it every time, I know exactly where they go. I think I'm ready. I messed around with that way too much. I have these that will, I think, somehow hold that in. I'm probably doing it wrong. I think I've got it about set up now. Oh goodness. I don't think I have my like little blue stays in here right. Oh, I do think I'm gonna like the design of the soap though. All right. I'm not 100% sure if I'm doing these right, but this little doohickey down here is perfect. See? Yeah. I know I'm not doing that right. And let me see if I can get my tripod to work and go back to where it was. Well, I found this on the floor. I don't know if that's broken or if it's supposed to be open like that, but that was on the bottom of my tripod rod. So we'll see. I don't know if I can get that back on there, if that'll fix that or not. So I'm still going to cut it like I've always cut my old loaves before. I still like having samples. So this to me is still a 27 bar batch. I want good samples on either end. This, the interior. Guys, I love that. The top I'm not crazy about, but the inside looks fine. And it really looks cool, actually. Oh, look at that one. Oh, I love it. Ooh, that one has a lot of blue. It was so thick. So thick, guys. The top is just not attractive. You can tell it was really thick right there where I was adding that top white layer. A tiny bit of discoloration is going on. Let me look at the outside lobes. I don't know what I'm going to do with that top. I may trim off that top. I really think this is cool. That one's a good chunky sample. Guys, I love it. I was really worried about it when I was pouring it because it was thick. It had riced. Oh, it smells good. So I went back and looked on the soap notes on the website, and it does say slight ricing, and I think it said slight acceleration, which I didn't really pay attention to before I made it. Look at that. I like that. I love the mold. I'm very happy with the mold. I like my sizes. I like having these 6 pieces here. I'm super happy with how this soap turned out. I think it turned out really neat. I love that swirl. It's still fun, still a little manly, you know. Good man soap with beer. What I was going to say is, I don't know if it's the beer that caused the ricing and the thickness, or if that was the fragrance oil. I'm not 100% sure. The ricing didn't want to blend out as easily as I would have thought it would have with a slight ricing kind of thing on the soap notes. So I'm going to change things up a little bit because this is what I would normally send in a package for my samples. So if you buy any soap, you might get this as a sample. I also sell these like a 3 for $6 on my website, but I run out of those. People like those, and it's just random. Whatever I happen to have, whatever you don't buy, I will add a sample. If you leave a note saying you want a sample, I can add that. But I'm going to cut these in half, and those are going to be my samples, and the full pieces will be what you purchase. And that way I will have more of these to sell and more of these actually as samples as well, because I can cut these at any old time I need them. I was despairing a little bit about these soaps and the design, and I don't know why. I love them. That got really thick. I didn't get 100% of the ricing blended out, but I just think they are so pretty. And they smell good. I just am so tickled with them. I don't know what it is about these soaps. I'm just tickled. Dang the top though. Dang that top. I do feel like I made the right decision in just keeping the craggly, gunky looking top. I don't think it would have been right to like chop off a 1/16 of an inch or whatever I would have had to chop off. But look at that. I just think they're so pretty. I know it's a guy's soap, but that's okay. Look at that. I love them. I just love them. And it really didn't discolor a whole lot. Just a tiny bit of I would say a very light cream in color where I didn't get any color put in. Guys, I know this is a long one, so I'm going to keep this short. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. Subscribe. See you next time. Bye.